everyone! So I started this channel to talk about books and sometimes animals, but so far I haven't talked about books at all, so today I finally will. As you might have guessed if you watched my first video, today I'll be explaining the plot of the first book in my favorite book series, Keeper of the Lost Cities, in a nutshell. Also, I'm trying to keep this under 10 minutes, so I'm just explaining the main plot, so definitely go read it for yourself. Also, there will be lots of spoilers, so you've been warned. So the main character is Sophie Foster, and she can read the mind of anyone around her, and she is introduced in the Natural History Museum as a 12-year-old high school senior. Sophie has a photographic memory and is therefore the unwanted prodigy in her class, commonly called Curve Buster, as well as Know-It-All. She then meets Fitzbacker, aka Ritz Cracker, Fitzy, Wonder Boy, and Brainwave, who tells her she is an elf. He then takes her to the Lost Cities to prove it. She is amazed, but soon has to go home. The next day, Fitz finds her at her school and brings her back to the Lost Cities, where his father, Alden, tells her she isn't related to her human parents and she can't live with them anymore and must move to the Lost City. Sophie, of course, doesn't want to. However, she has never felt like she belonged and hates being able to hear the thoughts of her parents and everyone else around her because it gives her a headache and because she can hear every bad thought anyone has about her. Realizing she couldn't stop it, she pointed out that her parents would freak out if she left. Alden explained that they would fake her death, and Sophie, afraid of the emotional toll that would take on them, begged Alden to just make them forget her. He arranges that, and eventually Sophie meets her new guardians, Grady and Adeline. Sophie likes them and her new home on a preserve full of dinosaurs and other mythical creatures, but still misses her old family. Her mind is soon taken off of that, though, when she starts to attend a prestigious elven school called Foxfire. Sophie is doing good in school and is just starting to get the hang of living in the Lost Cities when a series of events causes her to realize that she is a part of something called Project Moonlark, and the Black Swan, a mysterious rebel group, has planted illegal and potentially dangerous information in her memory. After discovering this, and that Grady and Adeline have canceled her adoption papers, and having multiple fights with her friends, Sophie is feeling pretty isolated. So she goes down to the caves at her house to be alone. But this girl just cannot catch a break, so of course there just had to be mysterious cloaked figures that come, drug her, stage her death, and capture her best friend Dex, who had come to apologize about their fight because he's now a witness. So they take Sophie and Dex to a dark hideout with no way to know where they are. They then torture them for information until another mysterious figure finds them and breaks them out, then leaves them on the streets alone in Paris. Dex and Sophie wander around for a while, but eventually are able to get food because Sophie can now speak any language. But anyway, eventually the elves who kidnap them find them and knock Dex out, causing Sophie to unlock yet another power, the ability to inflict pain on people. She uses this to knock out the kidnappers, but then has to do a very dangerous light leap, the elven way of travel, which is almost enough to kill her, but she manages to get her friends to help her by telling them she's not dead. She wakes up a few days later, a little better. She sees her friends and Adeline and Grady, and they tell her that if she still wants them to, they would love to adopt her, which she does, so it's happily ever after, until the next book. Okay, that's it. Tell me in the comments if I should do the next book, Exile, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye!